Ashutosh, if you can hear me, I still see strong winds around you, trees uprooted, and clearly a downpour that continues. Tell us a bit more about how it around midnight when the landfall took place. What was it when you were observing when the landfall was taking place, the situation was like?
Oh, my apologies, I wasn't able to hear you again. Yeah, you said the wind speed. It really makes things difficult to even hear anything. Yes,
Yes.
it has been extremely challenging for the people. Well, most of the people were indoors. Few primary health centers were working. They were on standby. The QRT is on the standby. Relief shelters will gradually go and see the relief centers because there are also multiple trees and there's a small pocket located whether there is any significant damage or not. So it was indeed scary, and since people morning have been seeing this on these news reports about the potential loss of the public property. So because of that, certain apprehensions were there, and the wind speed, because at around 12:30 or 1 o'clock, this wind speed gradually started intensifying. So that was indeed scary, and one could, in a closed door, in a concrete structure living, could potentially feel it. Imagine the people who have been around in a kacha house or have gone to the safer shelter. They must be praying that on time they were evacuated and perhaps asked to leave. And look at this damage. This is exactly what could have been the loss if they were, they had refused to go to the safer places and instead chosen to live in kacha houses. Because the wind speed, it was as intense as we have seen in Odisha and in several other places. So it was way above than normal. Of course, 100, 120 kmph, that would have been the potentially speed. And that's exactly, if it, literally uprooting years-old trees, that significantly explains the power that the nature had. So clearly nothing can resist the nature's fury. So exactly people must have been praying. So they were evacuated, they were rescued, taken to the safer places on time. But all I see only, this is some amount of loss, and that's it. I don't think it will take more than 48 hours to restore the normalcy. As far as cables, poles are concerned, that will be the secondary duty. Primary, of course, to ensure that people get medicines, food, and there is an injury that should be provided.
More question from you, Ashutosh, if you can hear me before we can let you go, is are people still coming out? Have they been told to stay indoors? Don't rush out to come in. There is still strong winds, rainfall. Many people will think the landfall has taken place. It's all over. It's all clear. Let's go out on the streets.
Well, I don't think, Pooja, anyone would really, even try to come out. Look at the wind speed, and along with this, you see, till yesterday evening it was intermittent raining. But now it's a non-stop furious rain along with the high wind speed. So in that case, it makes very difficult for everyone to, to just walk out. So, of course, people have been warned, people have been seen reports that there could be significant damage. And last night experience, I'm sure it has been almost with everyone. And that's exactly why I see, except few media persons or a few members from the quick response team, I do not see normal people venturing out or taking stock of what is happening outside. It is only few vehicles. The roads are totally deserted. In fact, just because of the wind speed and the downpour, we cannot turn the camera to the other side. But all I see, only the rescue teams or the media persons, and rest, it's all wearing a deserted look. All I see is only the waterlogging in the low-lying areas, which is almost a flood-like situation. In fact, at several places, the rescue boats were installed and they were put on standby in case there is evacuation required. They will be taken to the safer places. Pooja.
Do tell us about the damage and the casualties. We are hearing of casualties in Jamnagar, Ashutosh, of a father-son duo who tragically lost their life while they were trying to save the goats that were stuck in a flooded ravine. Are you hearing of any casualties yet around you in Mandvi area, or at least that precaution has been taken well?
Look, कहाँ से आ रहे हो? बाहर क्यों निकले हो इतनी तेज बरसात में?
हमारा घर उधर है और हम नगरपालिका में ड्यूटी।
नगरपालिका में काम।
हाँ सर।
अच्छा, तो काम पे जा रहे हैं?
हाँ सर।
अच्छा, कितना नुकसान हुआ आपके उधर आगे इलाके में?
हमारे उधर तो पूरा पानी भरा गया है।
कहाँ पानी भरा है?
हाँ, पानी।
हॉस्पिटल है?
हॉस्पिटल टोटल इधर पानी भरा हुआ है पूरा।
और ज्यादा नुकसान तो नहीं हुआ है ना? These are the Nagarpalika workers, Pooja, telling us that even as we will
if possible,
showing those images further, there is also waterlogging. The hospital has gone totally submerged. And as far as the public loss of lives are concerned, Pooja, see, the territory of the impact were quite huge from Jamnagar, Okha to here, Mandvi to Mundra. So at that certain impact, if you see the magnitude and the intensity of this cyclone, potentially the loss or the casualty that here will almost be as minimum as possible. And that was the only effort these agencies were trying to ensure, minimize the damage. But we have only, gradually in a day, we'll start getting those reports about further damage to and further casualty if there are any reported late midnight.
Show us around if possible, Ashutosh, because I'm trying to understand the 360-degree view, if possible, you can show us, is reflective of the situation on the ground right now.
Well, all it reflects, Pooja, only, the loss to the public lives, uprooting trees, certain electricity poles, and submerging of these areas, and particularly the low-lying areas. Wherever there is possibility to store water, because of the heavy downpour, and this is way above the normal, and this is always the impact of a cyclonic storm. Every time there is a cyclone that hits, it brings such kind of situation. Of course, we do have a 360 view, but the camera will face quite difficulties to bring it because the downpour is from the eastern side, and while immediately turning camera to this side, the lens get totally, almost literally submerging in the water. So that reducing the visibility. But yes, we are bringing you these images. Look at this. We're just walking opposite to the opposite direction, and there all I see is only the damage, the mayhem caused by this cyclonic activity. The other side I see, this is the primary hospital of Mandvi. Again, I'll ask camera person to just be safe and take your steps very carefully. So there you see, this is one of the hospital. And Sanjay, एक second, मैं आगे जाता हूँ. Just be very careful. Wait a minute. मेरे steps follow करना. I am just asking my camera person to follow only my steps. Oh shit. Earbud गया. Earbud चला गया. I have lost my earbud, Pooja. I won't be able to hear you for now.
Request you to also, and urging you to stay cautious. Continue to get us the ground reports, and thank you for that. We'll come to you in just a short while. Ashutosh Mishra, Saurabh Bhaktania, Brijesh Doshi, our colleagues have been constantly reporting, updating. Report call, duty calls right now at this time. Remember when there have been massive evacuations that have taken place. That's why India Today on the ground, reporters chasing the storm.